I was having y'all, your boy Rico from Street Scores You once again, and today we're looking at 5-star safety KJ Bolden, another UGA recruiting watch prospect, man. And I think it is quite likely that we get him. This is another in-state guy. We already did a whole 30-minute film session on Edric Houston. Today is KJ Bolden, another in-state Georgia prospect that I really hope we end up getting, man. I really do. And he is visiting UGA again. I think this is like the 15th time. Friday as in June 9th, or well, that already started technically yesterday. I think it goes through the weekend. I'm not exactly sure how these things go, but he's visited Georgia this weekend. So I'm really excited about that. You have other guys too, Mike Matthews, Edric Houston, who we already did a film session on yesterday. You got Jordan Ross, the 4-star, Jordan Thomas. We got my boy Nitro Tuggle. I'm telling you, man, he's gonna ball out at IMG Academy this upcoming season, and everybody's gonna be like, man, who is this guy? This guy should be a 5-star. I think he has 5-star talent. It's just that nobody really knew about him when he was back in Indiana. Now that he's gonna be at IMG Academy, absolutely killing it. I think he's gonna be going against other Georgia commit Ellis Robinson. I believe Ellis Robinson does. He's from New Jersey, I think, and I think he's playing for IMG Academy as well. So it's going to be Ellis Robinson, the undisputed #1 cornerback of this class, the 5-star. That's a hard Georgia commit, going against Nitarian Tuggle at IMG Academy as well. So when he's going against the #1 corner in the country of his class, arguably one of the best corners I've seen come out of high school in probably a couple of years. I'm that high on Ellis Robinson, not just because he's a Georgia guy. I just think he's that great. But I think once Nitro Tuggle puts on the show against him, I think he's going to earn the respect. And a lot of people are going to be like, man, how is this guy not a 5-star? Where is this kid going to school at? If people are going to look like, oh, Georgia was early on him, of course. But yeah, man, we have a lot of people coming in. We have Malachi Tolliver, quite a bit of people coming in, man. I'm really excited. I mean, I highly doubt we end up with Mike Matthews, but I think Edric Houston is quite likely. And I think KJ Bolden is even more likely, so I'm really excited about him. Now, just to talk about KJ Bolden a little bit, he is 6 foot. Some people say he's like 6'1", 185 pounds, from Buford, Georgia. Again, like I talked about in the Edric Houston video yesterday, Georgia recruits random towns, random small cities, whatever, throughout Georgia, deep South Georgia, really well. They do really well with Atlanta as well. But something about that Gwinnett, Buford area, I don't know. We just haven't been able to get it together, man. And I think we're making a change with that, with Edric Houston potentially coming to Georgia. KJ Bolden, we missed out on Sammy Brown, but I think a lot of these guys that we're targeting from those areas will come here, and we can finally get rid of that curse. And again, KJ Bolden, I mean, I would really love to have him. He's a different type of guy. I mean, just to show you, consensus 5-star everywhere you look. I believe Edric Houston was like a 4-star in a couple of platforms, but generally was a 5-star overall. KJ Bolden is not a consensus 5-star. He's an undisputed 5-star. It's a different level. There's levels to this right here, man. 5th nationally, #1 safety, and to be the #1 player out of Georgia. Again, Georgia, Texas, and Florida just do it differently from everybody else. If you're the #1 player from any of those states, you're something different. And so On3 sees him as the #1 player out of Georgia, #1 safety, 5th overall. 247 Sports, the lowest that he's ranked anywhere is the Rivals.com, 15th overall, 4th player out of Georgia, 2nd safety. That's the lowest you're gonna find him ranked. Again, even higher and more highly touted than even Edric Houston, who we were looking at yesterday. So today's film session should be absolutely insane, man. I'm really excited. And again, it just hits different when it's a guy that plays for Georgia that's from Georgia, especially from like the metro Atlanta area and things like that. I just rock with them on a whole nother level because I'm from Atlanta, so I absolutely love it. But I'm sorry that this that this intro is going so long. I know y'all came here for the film session, but I just try to talk about whatever I can as far as the prospect goes. But let's go ahead and get to it, man. Before we dive into all of that, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell next to the subscription button so you get a notification immediately. And every time I release an informative and opinionated video just like this one, like other film sessions I'm going to be doing. Again, I'm doing UGA prospect watch film sessions for guys that may potentially commit to Georgia, but then we're eventually going to double back and start doing the guys that already committed, like of course Dylan Raiola, my boy Nitro Tuggle, a lot of guys like that. We're going to double back and get those guys as well, but I want to go ahead and focus on some guys that may potentially commit because that's like a little bit more exciting right now. But man, make sure you stay tuned for all of that, man. I have so much Georgia content. I'll start doing rankings, I'll start doing potential starting lineup combinations. We're going to have so much fun with this channel, I'm telling you. Be on the lookout. And without further ado, man, make sure sure you stay tuned for the intro. I think a lot of people are skipping the intro. The intro is fire, man. I'm telling you. Let's get it. Speaking of the intro, make sure you stay tuned for the outro as well at the end of the video, because that is crazy too. But let's go ahead and get to it, man. We ain't about to waste no more of y'all time, dog. We got KJ Bolden, the best two-way player in the country, and it already starts with an offensive play here right now. And I've seen this first clip just to make sure that they have the tracker. And I mean, you just can't teach this athleticism. Let's go ahead and get it out the way. KJ Bolden is one of the biggest freak athletes in this class. He may not necessarily be Malachi Starks, but who is? Because Malachi Starks, when he was coming out, was arguably the biggest freak athlete. You can easily make an argument for the past few years. You can argue KJ Bolden's the biggest freak athlete even in this class, but you know, Malachi Starks again was like almost generational. KJ Bolden, you can easily argue, is the best athlete in this class, but that still says a lot. But again, Malachi Starks was different. But that combination of KJ Bolden as a true freshman and Malachi Starks as a sophomore, and then wait till next year, Malachi Starks as a junior, KJ Bolden as a sophomore, I think that could be my fault. I actually have that wrong. That's actually a little mix. They have a 2-year gap. That's my fault. But either way, man, with my boy Malachi Starks as a junior and my boy KJ Bolden as a freshman, I think that could be a because I can see KJ Bolden, with as much of a freak athlete as he is, as versatile as he is, he can come in and start immediately. I think even with Jonah Aguero and all of these other guys, all of these top guys, I think he can come in and get immediate playing time. But my main point was that he is the best two-way player. He's a freak athlete, and so that's why you're going to see a lot of offensive highlights in this film session as well. And also, another one of my main points I wanted to start out with is that I have not seen most of these clips yet. I've seen some highlight tapes, but I've never just gone straight to his huddle and pulled up what he's done and looked at these plays specifically. So the only play I looked at first was that first one, to make sure like we had the tracker. But now it's time to really get to this film session. So where is he at on this play? Okay, so we got him right here. He's reading the quarterback, and then that burst in athleticism to go and make a hit like that. And I also like the fact that it wasn't just a hit, it was a play on the ball. If he would have just straight up went for this guy's waist, maybe he still holds on, even though it is really high. Like, he probably wouldn't have anyway. But say if the ball was on target instead of really high, like all the way up there, if it was on target straight to his chest, if KJ Bolden's going only for the tackle, then maybe he still catches it. But KJ Bolden's clearly going for the ball, trying to bat it down, potentially intercept it. And then at the same time, just in case if he doesn't succeed, he's athletic enough and just a great enough football player to still make the tackle anyway, just in case. So he's taking a risk, but it's really not much of a risk because he's going to make the play regardless. And this is him on offense again. Any offensive plays we're looking at, we're just looking at pure athleticism. But I'm really here for the safety plays. So this is him right here reading the quarterback. And then, oh my Lord, this guy is a hitter too. This guy hits. But yeah, I love the offensive plays as well, because you see and then the hands. Oh, that's another thing you could take away from, because you know a lot of DBs usually become DBs because they tried to be wide receivers but they didn't have good hands. This guy has great hands. That's where the two-way play. And then special teams, being able to take a punt or a kickoff to the house is a whole nother level of athleticism. Again, we're talking about the elite of elites. You can argue he's the best athlete out of this entire high school class, man. This is ridiculous, dog. Now this play, I mean, good hands, but it's not much to take from that play. He's down here, you kind of can't see him, but he got the ball out of the backfield and you're just not going to catch him. He's an angle eraser. This guy has the perfect angle to tackle him without him getting a touchdown. But his acceleration, his athleticism, his speed, his quickness, his explosion, he's an angle eraser. Not a lot of guys are angle erasers. Again, I'm not going to sit here and act like he may be to the level of Malachi Starks, but you could argue maybe he is. I don't know. But you can easily make an argument he's the most athletic player in this class, at least as out of like the DBs and stuff. And not a lot of guys can be angle erasers. And then even this to break tackles, this guy's just tough, man. When you're looking at him on offense, even though he's clearly going to be a safety, and you never know, maybe Georgia's going to be like, man, you're so talented, you can actually do both if you want to. Even though we have talent on both sides of the ball, you are the best two-way player in the country. That's point blank, period. There's no argument. We may let him do both. But honestly, the positives that you could take from offensive plays is and I love that play on special teams. I mean, he's the first guy down there to make the tackle tackle. I love that. That's work ethic. That's motor. Because a lot of guys that are star players, he knows he's the star of the team. He knows he's one of the best players, if not the best player in all of Georgia, period. And so a lot of those guys don't take pride in special teams, and he does. Just like Edric Houston, where he's running down a play as a defensive lineman 30 yards down the field. You normally don't see the really talented guys doing that. They know they're talented. They know they're 5 stars. They know they're elite. So they're like, why am I doing the dirty work? So KJ Bolden comes with that work ethic, and I'm pretty sure Kirby Smart loves that type of stuff. He doesn't care how talented you are. If you don't come with if you're not the complete package that's willing to do everything it takes to win, he's not going to rock with you. But again, back to my main point I was trying to make. When you're looking at his offensive plays, you also got to notice that there are some transferable skills in there, like I already talked about, especially like the Edric Houston video. Like when he was a tight end, his blocking, that strength, that's the ability to stay low, and that can help him as a defensive lineman trying to get past an offensive lineman. And also as a tight end, when you're blocking, you know what the tight end is thinking, so you know exactly what to do as a defensive lineman to take advantage of that, exactly what a blocker doesn't want you to do. KJ Bolden has the same transferable skills. These are offensive plays. The most notable thing to me is the hands. This can be a guy that can, like, a lot of DBs are in the right spot, but they just aren't able to make that catch to actually bring the interception. It's usually a pass deflection or something like that. This guy's making it, and he's a hands catcher, not a body catcher too. So this guy's going to be getting a lot of interceptions in his career in Georgia, and definitely at the next level with the NFL. And then, okay, I love this play. I love the fact that it's showing IQ. He's aware of a lot. He's a part of his zone. Most people would panic right here. This receiver's already running full speed. You're facing him. You're just now getting your hips turned around. KJ Bolden has the explosion, athleticism, and speed to still get there in time. And his head was turned around while he was running down the field. That is next level stuff. There's a lot of college players, even some NFL players, that don't do that type of stuff. And this guy is in high school doing this as a junior, man. I absolutely love this. But again, back to the transferable skills. Him being a receiver, not only are the skills that it takes to be a good receiver transferable to being a DB, but he's also has the mind of a receiver, and he knows as a DB what a receiver doesn't want you to do. He's going to do just that as a DB. So he knows what a receiver's weaknesses are because he's a receiver at heart as well. So it's only going to help him playing both sides of the ball, especially in high school. He may not do it in college. If he were to go to like a lesser school, he would for sure be a two-way player. But for Georgia, it's just like we have so many talented offensive players. He's probably just going to straight up focus on being defensive only. But hey, man, this boy is flying around the ball. I know I've done a lot of talking and not a lot of analyzing, but I mean, it's just so much. What do we even talk about here, dog? Like, what are we even talking about? Look, what are we even talking? This is not even his responsibility right here. Look him track him down. Way bigger, too. Like about the same height, maybe an inch taller, and clearly stronger, bigger, heavier, and was able to track that man down at a bigger size. That's athleticism. That's what that showed us. And I mean, again, the #1 two-way player in the country, dog. He's breaking tackles. Like, come on, man. You got to be a ridiculous athlete for a team to even trust you to do all of this. And it's not like this team lacks offensive players. They have another star offensive player with them. I believe he's going to Alabama. I can't remember his name. He's going to Florida State somewhere. He's not going to Georgia, basically. They have another guy that's like a 4-star on this team that's a star offensive player, a great offensive player. And the fact that KJ Bolden is still getting the ball this much is crazy. It'd be different if they just didn't have any other great offensive talents. They do. But KJ Bolden is just so undeniably talented that he's getting manufactured touches, like stuff out of the backfield. Not just, oh, okay, KJ Bolden was open this play, so we'll throw it to him. No, these are like the play before the ball is snapped. We're getting it to KJ Bolden because he's that talented, man. He's a different type of guy. All right, let's see what he's doing against Central Gwinnett High School. Let's see what's going on here. This may be some repeat plays right here. Yep, this is a repeat play, but still a great play, man. Still a great play, man. Yeah, these are repeat plays. All right. That's it for that. That's it for that. All right, let's go back to 2021 when he was even younger, a year younger than the stuff we were already seeing. I'm just curious what he looks like now. Does he still look like the best player on the field? He's not even #1 anymore. He's wearing a completely different number. Wow. Where is he at on this play? I know he's the green team. That's all I got for you. But I'm just curious. What did he look like a year younger? Was his body just as developed? Was he this much of a freak athlete? Where is he right now? Oh, that's him making the tackle right there. Great pursuit. Great pursuit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on with the next play? Oh, is it the same play but different angle? Same play but different angle? Yes, sir. Same play, different angle. Good tackle by KJ Bolden there. I'm just curious. I'm really curious what we doing. What we doing right now? Okay. Manufactured touches. On what is he, number 19? Yeah, he was doing this as a sophomore, dog. Yeah, this is December 2021, y'all. This is the type of stuff he was already doing. This man been doing this. He's been the best player on the field for years now. This is not just a one-year thing. This is not like he just suddenly came into this. This is who he is. Yeah, come on now. This is ridiculous, dog. You're not going to catch him. Again, he's an angle eraser. Because honestly, at this point, actually go back a little bit more where the tackle should have been even more promised. At this point, everybody should have him. He should be locked in. This guy should play outside. This guy should still even have an angle worst case scenario this way to him. And KJ Bolden is an angle eraser, dog. Not a lot of people are angle erasers. Where is this? They got multiple football fields next to each other like this. This is nice. Where is this in Gwinnett? I've never been out here. I've never been to this one. All right, so let's see where my boy is at again. Again, we're seeing a lot of offensive plays too. So I guess maybe he was more of an offensive player than defensive player back in his sophomore year. I don't know who's in control of the camera here. Like, what are we even looking at? Why did we even show this play? All right, let's go. All right, here we go. Manufactured touches. Nah, all right, this isn't a manufactured touch. This is just look at KJ Bolden winning down. He's probably open. He was never really truly open that play. Quarterback just said F it. KJ Bolden did a great job coming back to it while the DB was unaware. Great play by him. Look at it from a different angle. Yeah, the DB's in great position, and I mean, quarterback literally just said whatever, threw it up there. KJ Bolden down there somewhere. He gonna make it work. Yeah, this is just crazy that he was already this level this young. Like, this is actually really insane. This is the same play with a third angle. Lord have mercy, we looked at 3 angles from the same play. Golly, man. All right, we got some more 2021 tape. Let's get it, man. I'm having fun with these, man, because the fact that he looks like the best player on the field already is insane, dog. Good tackle. Got a little high on it, but I'm not mad. Again, these are sophomore highlights right now. It's sophomore tape. Where is he? I think this is him right here, maybe. I think this is where he is starting. Yep. Came down and made a great tackle. Wrapped up. A little high, but he wrapped up. I'm not going to sit here and judge his sophomore tape too much. We're not going to be overly critical of that. This man, again, is a sophomore. This man is like 15 at the oldest, like 16 years old. Like, come on now. He already looks like the best player on the field with a bunch of seniors. Like, he looks like the most athletic, the most talented, the most naturally gifted. Yeah, let's get it, man. What we doing? Where is he at on this play? Where is he at? Okay, my boy in coverage. Give me those. Oh, okay. Good play. All right, so he doesn't have the hands just yet, because in his junior tape, I expect him to make that. But I love the coverage. I love the speed. I love the eyes. Great zone coverage. Was he like the single high free safety here? Yeah, he was. I think everybody else is in man coverage. He's a single high free safety. The guy that comes deep, you take him. And great play there. I guess the quarterback threw it early because he was like, oh, we got this. All it is just all they got is a single high free safety. It's a sophomore. Nothing to worry about. We should be able to throw this easily. We should be able to throw this up there and get an easy first down right here. With our backs to the end zone. I guess they didn't know it was KJ Bolden, future best player in Georgia, on the way. I guess they did that, so they didn't receive their info there. All right, I'm assuming this is KJ Bolden on the kickoff. I believe that might be him. It would be nice to have a tracker, but it is what it is. Where is he at? That may be him. I could be wrong. I feel like we're going to find out pretty quickly which one he is really soon. Yep. First one down there. Yes, sir. Again, guys that are extremely talented to start a team. I mean, when you're a two-way player, you're the wide receiver, you're the running back, and you're the star safety and corner. And you're even as a sophomore, and he's still running down there and making plays like this is fantastic, dog. Again, that's what Kirby Smart looks for, because it's not just about being the most talented guy on the field. It's the guy that's the most willing to win. Kirby Smart can work with you if you're a 3-star, if you just care about winning more than anything else. Look at these transferable skills as a sophomore. Now, he's not quite the angle eraser yet. He's already an angle eraser, but that junior tape we were looking at earlier, he was the supreme angle eraser. Oh my Lord, look at the vision. Look at it. Yeah, see, it's just not take it to the house yet. He doesn't have the take it to the house to him yet, but he's clearly the best player on the field if they're giving him manufactured touches on offense as the starting safety. Come on, dog. But yeah, again, Kirby Smart, man, if you're a 3-star, he's like, I can work with you. We could do something with you being a 3-star. I can make something shake with a 3-star. I'm not worried about that. And I'm just going to throw the junior huddle tape back on because this is the most recent stuff that we have. We're going to get some more senior stuff. Also, I wanted to talk about the fact that he said that I'm reading somewhere right now that now he doesn't exactly plan on committing before his senior season. At first, he said he almost committed to a team, which a lot of us think is Georgia. A lot of people are definitely leaning towards it could have been Georgia. He was saying he wanted to commit several times by now, but his family kept stopping him and telling him just go through the process, take your visits, and then commit. And so I don't know what changed recently because he went from that to, okay, I'll commit right before my senior season, probably the end of July, something like that, before the start of my senior season. But now I'm seeing reports that he may wait to commit until after his senior season starts. I'm not sure if he's going to wait till after he finishes. I don't know if he's waiting until signing day. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know what changed. But all I know is I really hope he comes to Georgia. But again, back to my main point, Kirby Smart, if you're a 3-star, he'll take you as long as you have an extreme work ethic and is willing to do everything it takes to win. So when it's guys like Edric Houston, who we did the film session on yesterday, and it's guys like KJ Bolden, who we're looking at now, that are clearly the apex predators on the field, the top of the food chain. Everybody's hyping them up. Everybody's telling them how great of a player they are. They're the next this. They're the next that. You're going to be so great when you come to college. Things come so easy for you. The fact that they take all of that noise and are still in winner mode, they don't let it get to their head. They're like, I still care about winning more than anything else. I'm even willing to go make plays on special teams as like a gunner, essentially. That is crazy, man. And Kirby Smart, those are the best players. Those are Kirby Smart's favorite players. Not only are you one of the best athletes, most naturally talented players, and you're already coming in with a lot of technique as well. He already has some technique to his game. His vision, his IQ, awareness, his angles, his zone coverage ability, man coverage ability as a DB. He already has a lot of that. He's only going to get better once he comes to Georgia. Again, I'm saying once he comes to Georgia because I'm just speaking it into existence, and I also feel like he will. So to have all of that already, and then on top of that, you have the crazy work ethic, and you want to win more than anything else. You're willing to do whatever coach asks you to do, even if it is play special teams, even though you're the best player in Georgia. You're heralded as one of the most elite players to come out of high school in years. And you're still willing to come in and not be pampered. You don't want to be put on a pedestal. You're like, hey, you want me to do special teams, coach? I'm going to do special teams. That's a match made in heaven for Kirby Smart. And that's why Georgia is winning back-to-back championships, because they have guys like that, man. So I'm really excited, man. Yeah, KJ Bolden's a different type of guy. Again, one of the main points I want you to take from this is that, I mean, when you're watching his offensive highlights like that, it's all fun. It's fun and all, but the main thing to take from it is the transferable skills, the footwork, the hands especially. Because again, a lot of DBs switched to DB from receiver because they didn't have hands. KJ Bolden has great hands, so he's not going to be a pass deflection guy. He's going to be an interception guy, which changes games. That's a game-changing difference. That is a huge difference. You would love a guy that can cover like that and force incompletions. Everybody loves that. But if you can get a guy that can also go up and catch interceptions like Malachi Starks did in his first game of his collegiate career against Oregon, if he can do stuff like he's coming out doing stuff like that, those are game changes. Oregon literally wasn't the same after that play. I mean, it wasn't like Oregon necessarily had control over the game, but after Malachi Starks made that play, everybody was hyped. Us as fans were hyped. The players on the sidelines were super hyped. The defensive players on the field were hyped. It just like literally sparked something in the season that we really just never lost. I'm not saying Malachi Starks' interception against Oregon is the reason that we won back-to-back championships, but it definitely did something to raise the spirit of the team, and that's the level of that's the difference between a great coverage DB that can force incompletions, force quarterbacks to not even throw it their way, or a guy that has that along with great hands like this. So again, my main point is when you're watching the offensive plays, of course we can break down the defensive stuff, but I feel like I don't want to be just lazy and only break down defense, and I also don't want to be lazy and look at the offense and just be all gidly and happy about how electric he looks. There are certain things that he can take from some of this, and it's going to help him be a better safety, and that's one of the main points I wanted to point out in this film session. And I'm really excited, man. I think he'll be a great Georgia player. I mean, athletic. When you see him get the ball out of the backfield to do stuff like this is just pure natural gifted talent and athleticism. He's an angle eraser and things like that. And as an angle eraser on offense, if you have that type of speed, that means you should be a great angler on defense. When he's the single high free safety, which I think he has the ability to definitely play. I think him and Malachi Starks would be a ridiculous combo. Again, Malachi Starks is a junior, KJ Bolden as a freshman. Is going to be absolutely unfair. Jonell Aguero, all of those guys involved in there. Oh my Lord, I'm so excited about that. AJ Harris, my boy Ellis Robinson is a freshman. It's going to be insane. But either way, I think that, you know, his ability to erase angles on offense is going to help him take great angles on defense. And even if he doesn't take a great angle, he has the athleticism to make up for it. Even if he's not completely on time and completely aware of what's going on route combination wise, and he's not exactly where he's supposed to be as a safety on any given play, like in zone cover, single eye free safety, as a second safety up there with him in cover 2, cover 3, cover, whatever. If he's out of place, he has the athleticism to make up for it, as you can see with his ability to take away angles. And then the fact that he's able to watch the quarterback's eyes as a corner and make plays like that, where he's not reading the receiver, he's reading the quarterback, that's really hard to do. You got to have ridiculous athleticism and trust in your body to be able to do that type of stuff, because it's really hard to cover a receiver without looking at the receiver, because you're afraid of getting burnt or killed by a double move and stuff like that. But when you're a freak athlete like he is, which is another transferable skill from his offense stuff, is that he trusts his body to where he can watch the quarterback, and he knows when in doubt the receiver can't go too far from him. Even without looking at the receiver, he knows like the receiver can only go but so far away from me, because I'm just a freak athlete. I'm the best player on the field. So he's able to watch the quarterback, and being able to watch the quarterback improves your ability to make plays. It improves your vision, your IQ, your awareness, your decision making to go be a true playmaker. A lot of freak athletes, a lot of very talented guys come out of high school and go to college without that ability. And the fact that KJ Bolden has that ability to look at the quarterback, watch his eyes, and make the correct decisions and react to stuff quickly because of it, you can also tell that he watches some film as well. These are a lot of great traits that Kirby Smart would love to have, and KJ Bolden, please make the right decision and come to Georgia. But yeah, man, that's the end of this video. Please get in the comment section, let me know how you feel about everything discussed in this video. Let me know if you noticed anything that I didn't. Let me know how you feel about all of the stuff I said. Do you agree or disagree with a lot of my points? Do you, as a Georgia fan, really hope KJ Bolden comes to Georgia as well? Do you think he'll start as a true freshman, and even if he doesn't start, do you think he'll get significant playing time? Do you visualize Malachi starts as a junior and KJ Bolden as a freshman, dream case scenario safety group in what, 2025? Do you see that potentially happening? Or actually 2024, right? Yeah, 2024, my fault. But either way, do you see that as a potential combination? Let me know about that for sure in the comments. And of course, let me know what players you may want me to go ahead and do film sessions on, whether they're already committed to Georgia or not. Definitely let me know, because y'all know I like to do these full breakdowns where we not only talk about the player and look at his huddle tape, but we talk about where his top schools may be, visits he's taken. We try to do a complete breakdown on these films. That's why they go for so long. But yeah, man, let me know how you feel about everything. Appreciate the support, man. Shouts out to all of y'all. So far, this channel isn't monetized yet like my other channel, so eventually we'll get it set up to where I can have sponsors and channel members and stuff like that. We'll get there, but for now, just please leave a like on this video. Please subscribe and hit the bell next to the subscription button so you get all of the notifications when I do stuff like this every time I do them. I'm trying to do daily content for Georgia just like I do for my Washington Commanders, so stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to both channels, especially if you're a fan of both. And man, I'm gonna catch y'all later. Stay tuned for the outro if you haven't seen it yet, because it's great as well. I'm out.